I'm Taj Bora.
And I'm Stanley Hawkins.
This is the point. Hello, I'm Holly Player, a governor from a neighboring city. I'm here to view the photos and gather information from my hometown to make it better and more environmentally sound. Electricity is a huge part of cities today and a huge part of mine. Although the components used to power buildings and houses could be better, I'm here to gather new and innovative ways to make my city better.
I agree, Poppy. Luckily, you have come to the right place. I'm Tosh, the governor of Florida. Our city is paving the way for clean and reliable energy all around the world. I'm here to introduce you to Stan, our head electrician.
Thank you, Tosh. Good morning, Poppy. In Fort Lee, we have many unique ways to harvest electricity. Some being our water wheels, our solar panels, as well as our wind turbines located on the east and west sides of our city.
This is all very interesting, but my city has wind turbines, and we are still struggling drastically. Are there any other methods for electricity to use?
Yes, Poppy. We also have electronic walkways. These walkways have two parts. One being the top layer made of polymer, a natural or synthetic substance composed of large molecules called macromolecules. Macromolecules are multiples of a simpler chemical unit called monomers. These help because when an organism steps on them, it creates kinetic energy. The second part of these walkways is below the surface. We have springs, and when anything steps on the springs or pressures the springs, they undulate, creating spring elastic potential energy.
This is wonderful, and I love your ideas. I still have some questions, though. What does daily life look like for citizens here?
Daily life for our citizens of Fort Lee is different from everyone. People get ready for work at different times based on which season they live in. Spring wakes up first at 4:30, followed by summer, autumn, and winter at 5, 6, and 7:30 respectively. Homes and apartments are in the middle of the industrial and commercial districts. People wake up and go to their job, whether it is an industrial district as engineers or electricians, or commercial districts as teachers or doctors. In our commercial areas, we have a lot of things to offer based on what season we're at the end.
As someone who values routine, I love this rhythm you implement of waking up. Is there anyone who is unemployed who doesn't follow the repetition?
There are people who stay at home or are unemployed. These people do not get to bring in the annual salary that other citizens in our city do. However, this does not affect our economy because many citizens in our city love to get up early and go to work.
Stanley's right. 12-hour shifts are the maximum. Say you live in spring and you get up at 4:30. You have to be by work at 5:45. You won't work past 4:30 in the afternoon. The same goes for summer, autumn, and winter as well. People who work longer shifts are usually our engineers and business workers.
I love that. Finally, somebody who realizes that staying that time at home is important. Although I'm wondering about entertainment. How can I get to places like the salon and mall? How do people with Fort Lee enjoy themselves?
Well, Poppy, one of our major modes of transportation is our all-electric train. Our train goes around in a full circle every hour. This also helps with the different times and helps with traffic and roads. In all quarters of the city, there are commercial areas closest to the train stations. In these commercial areas, there are plentiful things to do with access to the trains.
And because our train is all electric, it makes minimal sound, which our citizens really love. Also, a big part of our train is we have flywheels. Flywheels are able to store the rotational energy it uses and use it as electricity. This helps because it can go around without using a whole bunch of electricity and it continues to gain and bring it in and export it out. However, when we stop, we have to find a way to start it up again, which is why we have solar panels. Solar panels collect the solar energy and put it in a battery in the back. However, we do not need a whole bunch of energy coming from the solar panels because of our flywheels.
Of course, the electric train is nicely done and attainable to everybody. Another question. Why do people want to live in your city?
Well, Poppy, people want to come here for all the possibilities, opportunities, and advancements we have to offer. With our eco-friendly geodesic dome, our city is able to replicate the 4 iconic seasons in an organized and structured way. Each quarter is separated into 3 sections. The closest to the center and trains lie the commercial zones, with easy access to other quarters and necessary buildings, such as schools, hospitals, and grocery stores. The industrial zones are on the outer edges. This is to prevent the citizens from worrying about noise pollution. We keep our home clean by not burning fossil fuels in our factories. In fact, we have wind turbines that collect all the energy to turn into electrical power to power our industrial machines.
I find myself now wanting to live here. I'm wondering, how does electricity get from one place to another?
Well, Poppy, to answer your question, we have electrical wires. These electrical wires are able to transport energy throughout our city within the snap of a finger.
Stanley's right. The buildings that Stanley just talked about have been constructed with 100% carbon fiber. We use this because the buildings will be able to last multiple lifetimes and withstand the harsh conditions of winter while not eroding over time.
This is really interesting, Taj, and those buildings do look very sustainable. What were some trade-offs you came across with building your city?
Well, Poppy, our main goal of the city was to have 4 different climates spread across our city. However, we realized that to do so, we would need to keep the atmosphere of the inside of the city separate from the outside of the world. And with that, we started constructing a weather machine and a geodesic dome to make it happen.
The weather machine is very impressive and would make a dome. Although, I'm wondering what geodesic means.
Well, geodesic is a term for the distance between 2 points connected in a sphere-like shape.
Of course, that makes sense. Well, thank you so much, both Stanley and Tosh. These ideas are incredibly meaningful ones. I'm sure my government will enjoy planning and working together to make my city a better place. Thank you for your time. It means a lot.